Hey, everybody, how's it going? Off the clock with 26, episode 26, 26 Facebook Lives in a row. Look out, world. Coming for you. I don't know what that means, but hey, thanks for stopping in. It's about quarter to eight on Tuesday, January 26, 2021. Um, I'm getting into, I want to start meditating. And so I asked some people about that. So I want to talk about some meditation. Also want to talk about Call of Duty video game playing. And also want to touch a little bit on some Lions news. That's what's coming at you. So look out. Look out. That's what's on the docket. Also for tomorrow, um, tomorrow night, stop by at 7 o'clock tomorrow night because I'm going to talk with my pal, my chum, Johnny Mockney. He's a very funny podcaster and comedian, and he's got a great podcast about movies. And we're gonna check that out, and he's gonna delve into his creative process, and we're gonna learn more. The whole goal of me doing 365 Facebook Lives in a row was to just talk to more people, an excuse to hang out with my friends that I miss, and also to reach out to other people that I don't know and learn about their creative process. So if you know of anybody that I should reach out to and you want to hear me blather on with on Facebook Live, shoot me a message and I'd love to reach out to them too. So I am in the middle of, first up, I'm reading this book, which is The Buddha Walks into a Bar. And it's a guide to life for a new generation. And it's written by Lord Ladro Rinsler, and it's cool because it's like a really approachable um, kind of guide for meditation. And what's really cool is on page 14, it has this like really broken down, easy way to how to start. And it's written really, really nice. So it says, here's some advice on how to start putting down your proverbial stirring spoon, which they talked about earlier, which is how you stir you think of your life as like a glass of, and your emotions as like a glass of water, and your negative emotions as like a dirt that you drop into it, and then you stir, you using your stirring spoon to stir up bad negative things. And so they equate meditation to being able to just allow yourself to calm everything and let everything settle. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So what they talk about first is location, 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 which is you need a place in your home to meditate. Make sure you meditate in your home, not anyone else's home, because that would be a difficult place to meditate. You have to break into someone else's home, which is not advisable. It's a home invasion. Don't do that. It's important to find a consistent, comfortable, quiet, and clean location. So I think I am going to um, do mine over here in the morning in that chair right there, and next to my wife's woo woo shit that she has oracle cards and crystals and all kinds of wild shit over there. So it's probably pretty cool. I'm going to sit over there and do that in the morning. I'm going to do it in the morning because in the evenings I am pretty tired because I've been up for a while. So I think I'm just going to try and do that over there again in that chair in the mornings and sit there. Tomorrow I'm going to do it in the morning when I get up for 10 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to report back, and hopefully I don't die. So I'm excited to give that a whirl. So it talks about location. It talks about let's see, if you can't find a spot that's consistent, comfortable, quiet, and clean. It's clean here because my wife's a Virgo, so she likes to have everything just so. So that's nice. You only get that if you are into woo woo shit and married to a Virgo. uh, some people buy meditation cushions from local shops, where others prefer to throw a pillow or couch cushion on top of a blanket on the floor. If you have back problems, you might want to consider using a chair instead. Yep, I'm going to use a chair. I'm not going to sit cross-legged because my legs are going to fall asleep, and I don't really want to do that first thing in the morning, fall down and injure myself when I'm try to keep my mind clear. It says place whatever setup works for you. in a place that feels uplifted and spacious. This feels spacious. I think I'll do that. It's not essential to find a place that is soundproof, but the idea is that you should be attracted to a space that you should be able to sit there for a period of time without being distracted. Okay, I can do that. Don't sit facing a computer or TV, even if they're off. Your wall or a window should be okay. Sit facing a wall. Hmm. I could do that. There's a window over there. I could do that too. That's good. So then it talks about your body. It says take your seat. Oh, take your seat on the cushion or chair. If you're sitting on a cushion, sit with your legs loosely crossed. No, not doing that. Just sitting. I'm 40, so I want to be able to get up. So if you're in a chair, place both feet firmly on the ground. I know this because you're supposed to be grounding yourself. So that's one piece of woo-woo shit that I've learned. Grounding, the physical art of grounding oneself. Place both feet firmly on the ground if you want to feel balanced and grounded when you sit down to meditate. From this strong base, you can sit up straight, just like your mother always told you. It's helpful to image. If it's a helpful image to reflect on, imagine a string at the top of your head pulling you straight up, elongating. Ooh, that feels good. Do that. I helped my posture already. That's nice. Don't force your body to do anything, but instead allow your natural curvature. Oh, instead allow for your natural curvature. I got these curves. That's fine. Sit up straight. The Buddha once, oh, this is a cool quote. Buddha once had a student who was a musician and who was particularly rigid when it came to his meditation practice. Our friend Sid, so that's what they refer to the Buddha as, his name was Siddhartha, said, "Remind me how you tune your instrument again. How should the strings be?" And the musician replied, "Not too tight, not too loose." Sid said, "Yes, meditate like that." Ooh, that's nice. Walked right into that one. The Buddha got you. Again, we're reading from The Buddha Walks into a Bar. Buddha or Buddha. My wife's Indian or Nepali, so she says Buddha. So I think I should probably say that. I don't know. When you take your meditation posture, remember his advice. Don't tighten your muscles into knots and don't slouch over. And then rest your hands at your side. And then it just focuses on breath. And what I've been doing when kind of been doing this, not really formally, is like I find myself kind of when I breathe in and then breathe out, focusing on that, then shit will come into my brain and just like thoughts and stuff. And then I read to just be kind with yourself and not like get angry that you're thinking of things because that's natural. And so what I do is I just say to myself, "You're thinking, bud," like in a really kind way. And then I acknowledge that I'm thinking, and then I just work back to my breath, just focusing on breathing. So keep breathing, doing that. So I'm gonna try that in the morning and see how that goes. Gonna give it a try for 10 minutes after I get up, but before I start my day. And I've been trying to other places in this book. It says you don't really necessarily you can formally meditate, and they recommend that, but also just trying to be mindful during your day. Like today, I was shoveling the snow, which was real shitty, and I didn't like to do that. But I focused on everything that I was doing. So I was focusing on like the weight of the shovel in my hand, the snow. Like I was really concentrating in that space, and I felt good after I was done because I felt like I was really concentrating on what I was doing instead of allowing my brain to do what it normally does, which is be all over the place. So yeah, so that was fun. I actually enjoyed kind of shoveling the snow, and then I thought of a joke while I was shoveling the snow, and that brings me to the next topic that I wanted to talk about, which is Call of Duty. Video games. I'm a big video game person. My parents, they went to California, and I stayed with my grandparents back when the first Nintendo came out, and they came back from California and they brought the Nintendo, and I'm pretty sure it was my dad who wanted the Nintendo. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, we can just buy this," and say that it was, Nick would be able to use it too, because he was probably one of the best video game players I've ever seen in my life. And I would basically, it was like having an older brother. I would just have to sit and watch him play. And I was like, "Hey, can I play?" He's like, "No, I don't want you to lose. I don't want to lose. So just wait until I'm done." So, but yeah, I've always really been into video games, and I think that my wife is always like, "Why do you want to play video games? It seems like a complete waste of time." And I'm waiting for the point where video games become like the golf for law. Like all lawyers play golf, right? Everything gets done on the golf course. But I'm hoping at some time as the judges like kind of move to a different generation, that instead of playing golf, they're just in the Call of Duty, and then that's my networking, as I can just get good at Call of Duty, and then bring it up like to with a judge, like, "Oh yeah, hey judge, have you played Total? What is it? What am I playing now? Uh, Cold War, Black Ops Cold War." He's like, "Oh, Mr. Letter, what's your kill to death ratio?" And it's like, "Oh, it's 1.8 actually." I was like, "Oh, well, we should we should kill some zombies sometime." And that's how I'm going to network in the new millennia. So I've been playing Call of Duty a lot. Not a lot, but I've been playing it more so than I have, and I've kind of been budgeting some time to do it too, like to just like and not be guilty about it, just like enjoy it while I'm doing it, instead of just like feeling like I'm hiding it, like I'm eating a pizza, like like on a diet when I'm not supposed to, like um, hiding everything, and not just acknowledging that I really just want to play Call of Duty just to unwind a little bit. And getting pretty good with this new, well, it's not new now, but Black Ops Cold War. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Um, some of the maps are like old and like recycled, so I remember them from a while back. And um, yeah, check me out if you want to play Call of Duty. I'm on. Well, it's crossplay now, so we could, even if you're on PC, or I'm on PC. So if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, we could play together. That would be fun. And I'm comedian at law, and then the number afterwards, I don't remember what it is, but hit me up if you want to play it. Um, so that's what's going on. My wife made me some tea, some lychee tea. It's not great. It's just kind of sweet. Well, that's nice, but I don't know. She comes from a Indian culture, so tea's like a really big thing with the British. So she made me some nice tea, and so let's head up to the last segment here, which is the Detroit Lions. Which I read an article here today that, let's see, this is from SportsIllustrated.com, and I read it and I'm like, "Oh my God, what's happening now?" Why Tyrod Taylor could be the Detroit Lions starter in 2021. And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I asked for Matt Stafford to get traded, and I guess I wasn't prepared for what would happen if that really did get traded. And now he's said that he wants out, which someone from the Free Press wrote that like hurts the Lions' leverage. Like they his contract is so jacked up that like there's really no leverage the Lions have. They know that like someone, you know, to take on that contract without us taking like some giant cap hit is going to be a huge ask. So, but yeah, I'm interested if they think Tyrod Taylor will be the starter, then what that would mean for the offense, which I think would be some sort of spread run offense that they were doing with Tyrod Taylor in Buffalo. And so that'd be interesting. I would actually like to see that. I like the idea of doing things differently. For so many years, it's just been a real passing oriented offense in Detroit and the NFL in general. So it's always, if you go against the grain, everyone's preparing for one thing. If you can kind of capitalize on that, I think that might serve the Lions better. Also, I don't think if you have to rely on passing, if you don't have a strong offensive line, what the Lions do not have at all, it seems like a quick passing run oriented offense could help with offensive line, because the real beasts that can pass protect, those guys are in really high demand. They get paid a lot of money. You can probably supplement with some lesser talented people that are still good, but are more run blocking. I think that might be an interesting way of saving some money down the road for them. But who knows? It'll be interesting to see what they'll do, how they will screw this, screw it up. So that's been interesting, kind of seeing how this is going to unfold. And I wish him all the best. He seems like a nice guy, Matt Stafford. I don't know if it's really gonna work out for him. I just don't know if he has that quality, that it thing that really good Super Bowl winning quarterbacks have. Someone brought this up the other day, like who's the greatest quarterback of our lifetime. So I'm 40, and they said Tom Brady, and I think that's the easy answer. I mean, he's won so many championships, but I don't think you can judge a quarterback just on stats. I don't think just on Super Bowl wins. I don't think that that's really the way to do that. I think you got to look at a bunch of different things, which you could kind of say, well, Nick, then what's the problem with Matt Stafford? Like, well, Matt Stafford hasn't won anything at all. Like, he's not won any playoff games. And the playoff games he did, he was, okay, wasn't amazing. But so if it's not Tom Brady, who is it? So I was looking at some stats. And one of the guys I really looked up to, because he was a lawyer and was left-handed, was Steve Young. And that Mormon bastard, like he was amazing. He was a fantastic quarterback, like a great leader. And it was sad that he came right after Joe Montana, because I mean, if he was on another team, I think he would have gotten more respect than what he did, because I think people were just like, oh, he's not Joe Montana. So, but he was Steve Young, and he was amazing. Like, those NFL Films videos where it's like, and it shows him running around. Like, that dude could scramble. Like, he was a white dude, like a white left-handed quarterback from, was he from Utah? I don't remember, but he was from BYU. And so just out of the blues, this white dude could scramble around, and it was just an amazing talent. And so I don't know, he didn't have the longevity that Tom Brady has had, but I think he definitely had a huge impact, and I think his stats are actually much better than Tom Brady's are as well. And then also, I think you have to put ahead of Tom Brady would be Peyton Manning. I mean, I think that guy was that big dumb bohonk. Like, if there's one, he was built to do one thing, and that was to be a quarterback. And like, he was very successful at what he did. I mean, his playoff record wasn't as great as Tom Brady's, obviously, but I think he's playing for the Colts, which they just didn't have the team that the Patriots had. And so I think, people want to look at Tom Brady like he's the greatest all time. I don't know. I like Aaron Rodgers a lot. And if I'm picking like a team, who would I want to be that quarterback? And I'm not going to pick Tom Brady as my quarterback. Because he cheated too, which wasn't that's the old chink in the old armor, isn't it? The old ball gate, whatever that was, deflate gate. But if I'm going to pick a quarterback to have for one game, I think that's the measure of who the greatest would be, and kind of looking at their whole career. And I wouldn't have Tom Brady. I wouldn't do that. I would probably, I don't know. I like a quarterback that has dual threat, because I think it makes them focus on something more than just passing. So I would have to go with like somebody like Steve Young. But honestly, Peyton Manning was amazing. Smart, general, like, coach on the field kind of a guy. And Tom Brady's good, but I don't know if he's at the same level of football intelligence that Peyton Manning had. And I think that's really important. But yeah, somebody was giving me shit about about why Tom Brady's the best and that you should just, take a look at just wins. I don't know. I mean, they weren't giving me shit. That we were just kind of joking around, but there's more to it than that, and it's hard to put your finger on the reason why. Because I mean, for baseball, like some of the greatest players of all time didn't win as many World Series as some other ones, right? I mean, there's trying to see in terms of examples. Probably should have the examples ready, but let's see. Bob Gibson. I don't think if he won a World Series. Let's see. Bob Gibson. How many times did Bob Gibson win the World Series? Because in my opinion, that dude was probably the best pitcher of all time. No one wanted to go up against him. He may have won. I think he won one MVP. Let's see. In '68, that was, I don't know, but he didn't win as many titles as like some of the other players that were on, like, the Yankees or whatever. But so I think that's kind of the argument you would make is like, okay, Bob Gibson was probably one of the best pitchers of all time, but he didn't win, as many World Series. So by the same token, I mean, you can't say that Tom Brady was just the best quarterback of all time just because he won more Super Bowls than everybody else. I don't think that that's the measure of how. I think there's more metrics that go into that answer than just Super Bowl wins. I don't know. If you disagree with me, well then I don't. Yeah, let me know. Or yeah, because I don't know. Be interesting to have someone on here that's more of a football, like a statistician expert. If I could let's see if I can get somebody from the Detroit Free Press or something like that. That'd be cool. Well, I think that's about it. We've talked about it. I think we've solved all the world's problems in under 20 minutes. So thanks so much for watching. Remember, tomorrow we come back here at 7 p.m. on Off the Clock. It'll be episode 27. I'm going to have my pal Johnny Mockney. We're going to talk about his podcast and his creative style, productivity, and everything that he's up to right now. So thanks a lot, and I will see you tomorrow night. All right, bye, guys.